We're here at 2612 Kindness Court. This is a corner unit, and it is 1 unit per building on this particular block. I have seen a couple other buildings that have 2 units in them, but this is completely independent of itself from the other buildings. See all the way to the back. So back at the corner, you can see there's a small playground across the street. Street parking could be tight at night, I'm not sure, but you cannot park in front of your garage for any real length of time. This is probably illegal for the HOA rules, but we're just doing the inspections. We'll leave it here. So we're gonna enter through the garage. The floor is pretty worn. And what I noticed when I first got here is, I think the garbage cans are pretty rough. Like they could probably use a good cleaning because it smelled really heavy ammonia, like cat pee when I first got here, and the garage door was closed with the garbage cans in them. But high ceilings, so you could definitely install storage racks. You can see that they have a makeshift rack over there. Hot water heater. I'm sure the inspector will go into more detail on this. But you can pause the video if you want to look at this. So one thing I find amusing is we have a doorbell here. I think you should probably do it right and put a real garage door button there. That just looks, I mean, it works, but it's just, oh God, they really did it cheap. I guess they had a spare doorbell. So.
That old school Water Street thing with the
Allison.
Yes.
I didn't see where you punch in the gate code at though.
Pull out all the slides.
So you can see the trim is coming apart. I did also notice
Lazy Susan.
well, the Lazy Susan's missing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they ever had one in there. There's no,
It's just a big box storage.
yeah, it's kind of a funky.
Yeah.
But this cabinet looks shot.
Yeah, that door is definitely damaged. I would probably
I do want to point out also the baseboard here.
not necessarily.
And then you've got an issue there.
It just takes tightening up. We'll tighten it up. Oh.
These appliances are new, so the appliances should be fine.
Roll screw.
Yeah.
They put a machine.
This,
Okay.
yeah, this is pretty new.
You're gonna make a really phone about that.
Yeah.
Need a good cleaning. I don't know why it's black around that, but I would definitely just replace that. No floors. You've got a little TV nook, which doesn't fit anything these days. You could just smooth out that wall completely.
I need help selling the house. I do advertising. I'm a professional.
So I'm here by the front entrance, and you can see again, this just needs to be completely replaced. And you can get a matching one for the dining room. There is a step up that's almost invisible, so you have to be careful. You almost want to put a strip of something there so people can see it. You don't just step off and twist their ankle. We have a closet door, half bathroom downstairs. Again, tile floor throughout. A little bit of wall paint needed there. I mean, really, you could do some touch up throughout. I mean, there's like weird lines there, and I mean, to get maximum rent, I think you'd probably want to give this whole thing a nice coat of paint. And then that fixture should be replaced I think there's a light bulb burnt out, but that's just kind of dated. Couple dents in the door. Let's see, we'll go look at the outside. Got the front door open, and all this landscaping should be the HOA taking care of it. Again, we saw this earlier, but I thought we'd take a look at it again from this perspective. Looks like they had a mat there at one time and it's discolored the cement. Go upstairs. So the carpet up the stairs looks pretty good. Dare I say it's new? Just needs to be vacuumed. But yeah, the carpet looks pretty good. The baseboard looks a little funky right here. I think they tried to paint over. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, that's the first thing I noticed. And you can see there's some discoloration in the paint. Whoever painted this didn't do a great job. Okay, so this is one of the bedrooms. Basic fan, bit of overpaint up there on the trim. Some overpaint on the closet hardware. You can see that there. So you've got a guest bathroom with 2 sinks. Again, some overpaint. Definitely have someone clean that up. Cosmetic though, I mean, it's nothing scary. Well, shower head looks pretty grotty. Again, paint along the edges. Probably just have someone paint the whole house. Cabinets. That's a bit of wear. Looks like it's been scratched. Or they probably painted it and then smudged the paint is what happened. And again, the paint job on this, when you take a close look at it, in fact, this feels like it's painted shut. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. I mean, you can kind of see in the cracks, like where I gotta use both hands. So I was able to get it open with both hands, but it's not easy. Like the rollers on this is not an even, I don't know what's catching there, but that's a problem. Baseboards are funky. They don't really match the floors. Paint looks terrible. All right, well, let's go back to looking at the floor plan. Okay, so you've got a linen cabinet, washer dryer. They look a bit old. The floor underneath that is linoleum, not tile. That's kind of funky there. You need a new fixture. That looks tacky. Interesting that they've got a intercom system in this house. So you've got these 2 light fixtures there. I think you could stand to go a little brighter with like an LED. How do you ever clean that ledge? I never understand that. And they make it pretty hard to open that window. I think I would just take that blind down, get some natural light in this hallway. All right, so he's got his ladder here, but basically this is the primary bedroom that no, sorry. Yeah, it is the primary bedroom. Okay, so closet doors look like they're off the track. Again, some overpaint there. Some paint on the blinds. These are inexpensive blinds though. I think these are the cheapest ones you can get at like Home Depot or Lowe's. This is the view from the primary bedroom. So this is the primary bathroom. I just want to point out real quick, you can see how dirty that is. I don't know if that was paint or whatever, but I would totally clean those up everywhere. The countertop on this, it needs to be replaced. And it looks like, what is happening here? It looks like this might have been part of the trim at one time because it goes all the way around, but it's coming off. You could probably just take it off. Yeah, it's got some wear, but again, the paint job here is not great. Probably need a new light fixture. These are pretty inexpensive. I would just replace it anyway, get something more modern. Shelves, really dirty. Big tub. We've got a water leak here. You can see it's been going for a while because it's corroded that piece. It looks like the floor has lifted a little bit here. I don't know what's going on there. I'm gonna have the inspector look at that. When I walked over here, it felt a little uneven, which normally wouldn't be of concern, but it definitely feels like maybe there's some water damage under there. So looking back on the primary bedroom, this fan looks a little wonky. Might want to replace that. This house feels like it had some residents that really lived in this house heavily. Okay. This rack is not, needs to be reinstalled, cleaned up, it's dirty. My hand's pretty grotty from just touching it. Not a bad sized bedroom though. I mean, you could put a bed over on this side of it and then probably a desk and bureau over there. There is some kind of repair, it looks like. Again, I'll point that out to the inspector. There's a settling crack. You can see that. It goes straight across. Probably along a tape line for some of the drywall. All right, okay, so looking at the backyard. Interesting, it looks like you've had some damage, water damage there. Maybe on the backside. Anyway, this outside here could use some paint. I wonder if this used to be grass. But you can see there's been water here. And then that goes to the side of the house. So leaving the house, I'm just going to take a drive around the neighborhood so you get an idea of what it looks like. Most of these houses have shared driveways of which you cannot park in front of your garage. The landscaping looks pretty good here. You have some guest parking spots throughout the neighborhood. So this house on Kindness is kind of tucked back in the community away from the gate, though you can get closer to it if you have the resident clicker. We just have to come through the main gate. So I believe up here, you'll see an example of a couple units that are sharing one building. Someone up here. There's actually one right around the corner from Kindness House too. So here's the gate. And I'm exiting onto Lone Mountain. So I took a little drive up to Ann Road and Simmons, and I want to point out that at this corner, kitty corner, behind that Kanoko or the Circle K, there's a new development we're going to drive by. It looks like it's an apartment complex, but arguably at Ann Road and North, which is behind me because I'm facing south right now, behind me there's an Albertsons. That doesn't help you. But it gets nicer is what I want to point out. So north of Ann Road gets nicer. You start heading up into Aliante. So again, you've got new construction on the left. There's a Walmart neighborhood store over here on the right. Lots of grocery and donuts and pubs. So this is all very pretty. There's a school to my left over there. Okay, again, I'm driving down Simmons. So you have some cute single-family home neighborhoods here that look nice. Autumn Chase is another community that's quite nice. Right behind the Abundance neighborhood. So here's the gate. Just want to point out, this is the resident gate that I tried to get into the other night and I couldn't get in because there was no keypad, but I can get closer to the house on Kindness through those gates. And if I go up here, this Bella Luna is that new community that I drove into the other night where everything looked kind of cookie cutter. So we'll just take a drive in here real quick. So all of these houses are for rent. Everything is for rent. You can't buy anything in here, which is kind of bananas. I'll get the QR code and send it to you because it's right there. I'll go grab it. Okay, so I did grab that QR code for you. I'll email that picture separately from this video. But as you can see, all of these houses have for rent signs in front of them. And they have solar. It looks like they're installing solar on all of these homes. So, interesting. Not sure how I feel about an entire neighborhood being full of rentals, but it's basically a glorified apartment complex. So I'm back on the inside of the Abundance community, and that's the gate there. And if you made a right coming in through the main gate, the swimming pool's here. So there's the pool, there's a little shaded area and a park bench over there. I think the unfortunate thing about these neighborhoods is when trash day happens, it's so compact in here, everything's so tight that it starts looking a little junky. But I'm gonna get out of the way of this. Oh, they're going the other way. My general impression though is the landscaping is kept up pretty well here. Things look trimmed and living, which is good. And having that brand new neighborhood next door that's all rentals and being managed by like a property manager, everybody's going to be managed the same. I would imagine it should be able to keep looking pretty good. Maybe even better than this because you've got, you know, one set of standards that they're going to follow. Here you've got, you know, individual owners and everybody's got a different level of maintenance. There's more guest parking. And I'm on Abundance and I'm now driving back to the house.